Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and today I want to show you some of the San Diego Comic-Con 2016 Funko Pop Summer Convention exclusives that I picked up the other day. And let me tell you, this year 2016, in my opinion, wasn't quite as crazy as 2015 was. Seemed to be a lot more stock to go around when it came to some of these pops. And also, I wasn't totally into as many of the pops like I was last year. So I only picked up a handful of them and I'm going to show them to you right now. First, let's start off with what I found at GameStop, what I picked up at GameStop, and it's this right here. This is the False God Superman from Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, that movie. If you might remember, if you've seen it, there was a scene in that movie where there was a Superman statue and this guy spray painted the words False God on it. So this Funko Pop is done entirely with silver paint, with the only exception being the red for the False God print that is on it. And this was 15 bucks, standard price for summer convention exclusives. And considering that this came from GameStop, I was actually quite shocked because I thought GameStop would have raised their prices a little bit more. Though they kind of did with the 6-inch Doomsday, which is $25. I saw that too, but I didn't get it because I think that's a little bit too much. I think they really pushed it with 25 bucks. I don't think it's worth that much. But here we go. I'm going to open up this guy. We're going to take a look at him. Now, the weird thing about this False God Superman here is there were several in the store, and there's some weird paint going on with a lot of them. At first, I thought it was just sort of like a little swirly paint job. Maybe it was supposed to show like, oh, well, this is a statue, so this is the type of stuff that you see in a statue up close. But that's not the case. So if you see this in the store and you pick this up, make sure that you get a good look at it, because I've seen like some black paint smudged all around, some really swirly paint, very, very strange. But anyway, I do still like that they retain the texture in his suit. You can still feel it, you can still see it, so I'm glad that they did that. And really the thing that sells this pop is just, you know, the False God printing. And this is the most important part of it, and it also came out very, very well. So really good. They're getting really good at these very small written details, and I saw that a lot on the Suicide Squad pops for like Harley Quinn and Joker, all their tattoos and markings and stuff. They always come out pretty clean. So yeah, pretty standard pop with a very unique decal, and that's what stands out the most about this Superman. So that's the only thing that I got from GameStop. I didn't find any of the Doctor Strange, and for some reason the Marcus Phoenix with the Golden Lancer also wasn't there. I don't know if they missed shipment on that or not, but they also had a Deadpool. I didn't want a Deadpool, not another one, so forget about it. Let's show you something else that I got. This came from Barnes & Noble, and I showed up at Barnes & Noble pretty late, and they still had plenty of exclusives left. So this is Violet Beauregarde from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So this is a very fantastic movie. It's one of my favorite movies when I was growing up. Even though it was created before I was born, it still was a movie that to this day I really, really enjoy. Not Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. Gene Wilder, that's the one you want. So anyway, you've probably seen some more of the Willy Wonka pops here and there all around. But this is the exclusive with Violet when she blew up into a blueberry and they had to roll her away and take her away to the juicing room. Never quite found out what happened to her, but taking her out the box. And here's one thing, when I first heard about this, there was a thing like, oh, well, is she scented? Does she smell like blueberry? Because, you know, some pops are scented now. And I never got a clear answer. So for the first time ever, I'm going to smell a Funko Pop to see if it does, in fact, smell like blueberry. So let's see. And it smells, yes, it smells like a paint factory. It does not smell like blueberry. It is not a scented pop. No, not at all. It smells like a regular old pop. But look at her. She's so round and plump, and she does not, nope, does not come with one of those clear display stands. But look at that. Now, it's a very simple pop as far as the paint applications go. You only have a few things to worry about here. Blue, black, a little dab of silver, and some brown. Her shoes appear to be the same color as her hair, if not just a little tiny bit darker. But this is really just for the fans of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and how this was a very crazy part of the movie with the human being blowing up as much as she did. So Not spectacular as far as paint goes and small details or anything like that. This is just one of those pieces where you say, hey, check it out. I remember that. She could have very easily have been just a regular pop to come out with the rest of the Willy Wonka line, but they decided to hold back on her. Is she weighty? She's a little bit heavier than Superman, just a little bit. But it's still pretty solid. Pretty well done, nice hair, so there you go. Something for the Willy Wonka fans out here. I don't know how popular she is. I don't know if people all around have been buying her off the shelves or anything. I don't know. They also had a like American flag painted Snoopy. I think that was also an exclusive there. Something else that I can't remember, and some other statues and stuff which look pretty cool, but you know, I didn't want to pay 60 bucks for the statues. Let's see, something else that I got here from Hot Topic is this. It's a Dorbz Rides. This is the first rides that I have gotten, whether it's Funko Pop or Dorbz. And this one is Vanellope with the candy cart from Wreck-It Ralph. Now, why did I buy this? It's a Dorbz. It's supposed to be about Pops. Well, you know, honestly, I was a little bit torn with this because when I saw it like online for the first time, I was like, man, that looks kind of cool. It's super colorful. There's a lot of detail going on with this thing. But then again, it's Dorbz, and you gotta kind of fight through that psychological barrier that makes you want to put Dorbz here and put Pops there. But then you just have to realize if it's good, regardless of what the brand is. So this does not have tape on it, so I was going to cut it, but I don't have to. And yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why I got this. So first of all, Wreck-It Ralph is a great movie. And I really appreciate the type of work that went into making this Dorbz ride, because I feel that that's what makes an exclusive special. That's what makes a summer convention exclusive. Oh, she's very heavy. Special is not just the character, but the work that went into actually making the pop or the Dorbz or whatever. So you can have something that looks kind of just simple, but when you do something like this, I mean, look at the paint on this thing. We got like some glittery, sparkly paint up front, and you can kind of feel it as well. You have all these different little types of candy canes, cookies, and they're all so detailed. Like we got some frosting going along the sides there, and it just looks so great. Chocolate, dripping chocolate on the spoiler. Also on the back where the tail lights are, we got like little teeth on the grill here. You know, they just clearly put in a lot of effort when it came to decorating this ride, and that's what I like most about it. Here's Vanellope, and she has like little sprinkles of candy all in her hair, licorice hair tie, and she has that little smirk on her face, and she fits right in there. It doesn't roll though. It does not roll. Check that out. Like the tires don't move. You know, I wish that they did, but the tires don't move, so you just kind of have to, if you're even going to do that. She seems to have a little bit of trouble standing up on her own. I'm believing that her ponytail is weighing her down. Now she's standing up just fine. Oh, okay, now she's falling. But anyway, it's a Dorbz ride, so she's meant to just sit there. And even if she is falling back a little bit, she is not going to like topple and fall out of the car. But yeah, man, this looks really cool. I love the detail on this. I love how colorful it is. I like the different variations of paint. I love all the little decals. It's that kind of attention to detail I think that makes convention exclusive or summer exclusive worth buying. You know, like I said, not just the fact that you released a character, but the actual design that comes into making the product special. This definitely looks like something that you wouldn't do normally. So you saved it for the exclusive. So there we go. That's my first rides, and we got one more thing left to look at. I saved the best for last. This is the pop that I wanted more than any other summer exclusive this year. This was the grail. This was this year's Crystal Blue Heisenberg, if you will. And here it is right here. Duck freaking Dodgers. Now, this was a box lunch exclusive. I have never even heard of that store before. Before I heard about this, I didn't even know that there were any box lunch stores. I'm like, do they sell sandwiches there? Why are they selling pops? I didn't know. So I went online, I looked at the store locator and saw that there was a store in a mall very, very close to me. So I went up there and there was a line and I got the very last one, the very last pop. I couldn't believe it. I was completely shocked. And most people were getting 2 of them, and there were only like 28 that the store actually had. And of course, there were some flippers. Before I open this guy, let me just tell you a quick little story about the flippers for these summer exclusives. I was waiting in line for this guy, and this girl was in front of me, and one of her friends, it was a guy, he just comes up to her. He already gotten his, and just with a smile on his face, as smug as he wants to be, he's like, so how much are you going to sell this one for? And she's like, well, no, I'm not going to sell this one. This one is just for me. And he was like, I thought this was a store you went to, you wanted to flip. And, and this guy, it's just, it just really irked me, because I know that people like to get these things so that they can sell them later for a crazy profit. But when you actually see it, when you actually are waiting in line and you see this guy walking around, he's got 2 in his bag, and he's just like, well, how much are you going to sell this one for? Ha ha ha. You want to slap them. I mean, you really do, because you're like, dude, there's people here who actually want these things to add them to their collection. They're not just trying to make a quick buck on eBay so that you can go spend it on Starbucks. But anyway, I got the last one, and I'm very happy. Also ran into a subscriber there, man. I don't think I caught your name, but if you're watching this, you know who you are. Super cool, dude. It was the first person to ever recognize me out from my YouTube channel. And you managed to get one of these too. So I hope you got all the other things that you were looking for throughout the day. So let's open this up. Oh, Jeremy, this is limited to 1,500 pieces. Why would you do that? Because I can. Check this guy out. How cool is that? Now, he's also glow in the dark. So if you hit him with some really nice direct light, or if you have like a black light, shine it on him for a little bit, turn off the lights, you can see what he looks like. I'm gonna put something up on the screen right now too, so you can kind of get an impression of what it looks like when it glows in the dark. But this thing is very rare. Box Lunch sold out of it online, and stores only got so many, and it's not like Box Lunch is a really popular store anyway, so it's not a lot of stores like that going around. But yeah, man, Duck Dodgers looks really, really cool. Gold, I like the gold, and of course, when it's black and, not black and white, but when it's glow in the dark, it's always going to be super awesome. Plastic right here for the dome, similar to the Buzz Lightyear mode, but it's not the same, of course. It's bigger than the Buzz Lightyear helmet. But yeah, man, there you go. Let's bring all 3 of these, or all 4 of these out here, so you can take a look at all the summer exclusives that I picked up. Not nearly as much as 2015, but these are really the only ones I really wanted, and just got to be more selective when it comes to these things. So ask yourself, do you really want certain pops because you want them, or it's because you think you're going to miss out on them if you don't buy them now? I don't know if you're on a budget, but if you are like most people, just get the ones that you want. It's going to be okay. There's going to be plenty of pops coming out in the future that you're going to want. So don't feel like you got to get these and blow your budget and be hung up on these. Just get the ones you want. You'll be okay. You'll live. Trust me. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, toy related, and all other things that I can possibly think of, be sure to subscribe. And until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.